friends, welcome back with new video of neonatology. So in this video I am going to start with most common disease present in neonates. So let's get started. First disease, respiratory distress syndrome, is also known as hyaline membrane disease. So most common cause of respiratory distress in preterm neonates is respiratory distress syndrome, or we can say acute respiratory distress syndrome. Now what is the defect here? So basic defect here, deficiency of the mature surfactant. Now we will see here the composition of the surfactant. So here in composition we can see is DPC or lecithin. DPC mean dipalmitoyl phosphate choline or lecithin, phosphatidyl glycerol and cholesterol, and surfactant protein, which one is 4 types A, B, C and D, but is most common is only B type. B is most important surfactant protein. Now we will see the synthesis. How will synthesis of the surfactant occur? So begin in fetal lungs is 20 weeks of gestation. Begin to appear in amniotic fluid is 28 to 32 weeks. Mature surfactant in inadequate amount is more than 35 weeks of gestation. Now the function of the surfactant. So surfactant is decrease the tension in alveoli and prevent alveoli from collapsing during expiration. Pathophysiology. So deficiency of the mature surfactant lead first of all the alveolar collapse, diffuse alveolar damage and interstitial edema and fibrin deposition. Now eosinophilic hyaline membrane appearance on lung biopsy we can find in this disease. That's why this is called hyaline membrane disease. Clinical features. So a preterm neonate born at less than 30 weeks of gestation presenting with respiratory distress soon after birth with typical chest x-ray finding. So on the chest x-ray we can see ground glass haziness of lungs, presence of air on the bronchogram, reticulogranular or reticulonodular appearance and features of the lung collapse. So these findings we can find on the chest x-ray. Other diagnosis we can do, like first of all we have to do the adequacy of the surfactant test like in amniotic fluid. So we can see in the lecithin and sphingomyelin ratio we can measure. So if the ratio is 2:1, mature surfactant, phosphatidylglycerol estimation, Nile-Blue sulfatase test to detect the lung maturity, and one more SAEC test. There is a more than one complete ring of bubbles on surface is mature surfactant we can find. So in this SAEC test we have to take one tube, and there in the tube we have to put the amniotic fluid, and we will see there is a ring formation. Blue color of the ring formation is there. More than 1 centimeters complete rings we can see in the bubble form. If more than one complete rings present, then it is the mature surfactant. Specific treatment. So if mild respiratory distress syndrome present, then we have to give the continuous positive airway pressure. If moderate, then moderate to severe RDS. So we have to do intratracheal surfactant, respiratory support plus like continuous positive airway pressure plus mechanical ventilation or oxygen. How we can prevent this condition? So antenatal corticosteroid is indication to all pregnant ladies who are expected to deliver between 24 to 34 weeks. Steroids of choice, injection betamethasone like 12 mg intramuscular 2 dose 24 hours apart, or injection of the dexamethasone 6 mg intramuscular 4 dose 12 hours apart. Now the beneficial effect. So it can decrease the chance of the respiratory distress syndrome, decrease chance of the necrotizing enterocolitis, decrease chance of the intraventricular hemorrhage, and decrease neonatal mortality. But it does not decrease the neonatal jaundice chances. So next one disease also is very common, neonatal pulmonary alveolar proteinosis. So here the basic defect due to the deficiency of the surfactant protein B. As previous I already discussed, there are the 4 type of protein present, A, B, C, D. Neonatal pulmonary alveolar proteinosis is due to the defect in the protein B surfactant Function of surfactant protein B is form a thin layer of surfactant in the inner layer of the alveoli. So in this disease we can see the clinical features. A term neonate presenting with severe respiratory distress soon after birth with chest x-ray, showing ground glass haziness, no improvement with surfactant therapy, and history of similar illness in a previous sibling who died from the family history, we can see. Next one disease is the meconium aspiration syndrome. So first of all we have to know the meconium. So its first stool by neonates, grain is black in color, sterile compromise of the amniotic fluid, bile, mucus, language, and denuded interstitial epithelial cells and water. Pathology, we can see this is due to the obstructive emphysema, chemical pneumonitis, and segmental collapse or atelectasis. Next one, clinical features, we can see a term short gestational age or IUGR baby born through meconium stained liquor and present with respiratory distress soon after birth. On the objective examination, we can see the anterior posterior diameter of chest is increased. In typical chest X-ray finding, we can find like hyperinflated lungs, flattening of domes of diaphragm, pulmonary infiltrate, and segmental collapse. So next one, treatment. So how we can treat this condition? Mainly supportive, including respiratory support like oxygen plus mechanical ventilation. If it's in severe case, we have to treat by the intratracheal surfactant like inhaled nitric oxide, high frequency ventilation, and ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. Most common complication present pneumothorax and persistent pulmonary hypertension of the newborn baby. So this is the first part of the respiratory disease in the neonates.